Hello class, so this is the second video that I'm making for the quiz prep. I'm going to be talking about rationalizing denominators. So basically, let's say you have 3 over 2 radical 5. 3 over 2 radical 5. Now, for whatever reason, you're not supposed to put 5 in the denominator. You're not supposed to put a root in the denominator. So, we have to get this out of the denominator. And to do this, we have to multiply everything by root 5. So multiply this by root 5, so we get root 5 over root 5. Now this, on the top, 3 times root 5 is just 3 root 5. On the bottom, because it's the square root of 5 times the square root of 5, is just 5, because the roots would cancel out. So you would get 2 times 5 on the bottom, which is 10. Now look at that. You have 3 root 5 over 10. Alright, so let's say we have 2 over negative 4 plus radical 3. Now, what we have to do is we have to multiply by what's called the conjugate of this denominator here. And what the conjugate is it's what's multiplied to this to get it to be a rational number. The product is a rational number. Now when you have something like this, all you do is you switch the signs from plus to a minus. And you multiply everything by that. So you'd multiply everything, in this case, by negative 4. This is a plus, so it would become a minus radical 3. And same thing on the bottom, negative 4 minus radical 3. Now here's a cool trick. I saw this on the packet, and this is a really nice trick. So when you have something like this, let me just take this other paper. I use this in another video. So let's say that you have the square root of 5 minus the square root of 3, parentheses, times the square root of 5 plus the square root of 3. Let's say you have a problem like this. Now, you can math this all out and simplify it, but if it's written like this with 2 square roots and a plus and a minus, all it is it's just 5 minus 3. This is what it simplifies to, which is 2. Now, if you don't believe me, if you plug it into your calculator, the answer is 2. It's pretty cool, So, in this case, it's a little different. So, we have one radical, we don't have another, and these are being multiplied. So, what we can do, I know this is a little unorthodox, but we can square this negative 4 and put it under a radical, because squaring the square of a radical is just the normal number. So let's take negative 4 and square it. We get 16. So we'd put radical 16 plus radical 3 times radical 16 minus 3. And remember what I said here, when it's written like this, it's just this number minus this number. So it would be 16 minus 3, or 13. So the denominator here is equal to 13. Now on the top, we just have to multiply. So 2 times negative 4. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. 2 times negative root 3 is just negative 2 root 3. Right here. So this is the numerator. So our final answer would be negative 8 minus 2 radical 3 over 13. Once you understand it, it gets pretty simple, but I understand that this can be confusing for some people. Alright, now let's do one more. Let's say that we have the problem 4 plus radical 3 over 2 minus 3 radical 3. Let's say we have this problem. Now how do we simplify this? Well, we have to take the conjugate, or pretty much we just flip the sign and multiply it by both sides. So it would be, instead of 2 minus, we would put 2 plus 3 radical 3 over 2 plus 3 radical 3. All right. So if we go back to this option, this problem, where we did the slightly unorthodox method of squaring the number that's not in a radical, we got square radical 16 plus radical 3, all that. In this case, we have 2. Now we can square this, and we can put it in our radical 4. So we get radical 4 minus 3 radical 3 times radical 4 minus, or plus 3 radical 3. Okay, so normally we would just take this number minus this number, but because there's an extra little 3 here, so what we have to do is we have to square this number here, so this 3. So this would become a 9. And then we would have to multiply by this 3 here, and so we'd get 27. And so we take this weird mess of a number that we've made, which is 27, and we take 4, and 4 minus 27 is negative 23. I'm sorry if this is confusing to some people. It's confusing to me too. I'm just trying to explain this in the simplest way that I can. All right, so negative 23. So now we have to multiply the top. So we have 4 times 2, which is 8. 4 times 3 radical 3, which is 12 radical 3. We don't multiply what's inside the radical. 3 radical 3 times 2, which is 2 radical 3. And then we have 3 times 3 radical 3, which is 3. Because 2 radicals are being multiplied together, they cancel out, so we get 3 times 3, which is 9. So we have 8 plus 12 radical 3 plus 12, or 8 plus 12 radical 3 plus 2 radical 3 plus 9. So we just combine like terms. We get 17 plus 14 radical 3. And we get the denominator that we have over here, negative 23. And put it right under. And this, my friends, is the answer. I'm sorry if this was a little unclear. I'm still learning this myself, but I'm trying to explain this as best as I can. If you guys have any questions, please let me know, and I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. All right, thanks, and I hope you have a good day. We'll see you.